Onions, what can I say about them? Well, firstly, they're one of those main crops that you need to grow in order to be able to bulk out a lot of dishes these days. Curries, casseroles, stews, they all have onion as an integral part of the recipe. Now, earlier on in the year you saw us sowing these onions, and they were all sown from sets, and I did sets this year rather than seed because I didn't have the time to get seed in. But in this episode we're going to look at harvesting and drying these onions, and in a later episode we will then look at stringing these onions up. But that's all coming right up after this. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tony O'Neill. This is UK Year We Grow. If it's your first time here, consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification, and you'll be updated every time we put up a new video. Onions. So we're looking today at harvesting and storing these onions. Now you can tell that these onions are ready to be harvested. All the necks have flopped over, or they've bent over, and the onions are already here. Now I did want to harvest these a few days ago, but we had torrential downpours for the last 4 days, so today is the first dry day that I've been able to get up here. But the idea now is to start harvesting these onions, get them on the ground to dry now for a couple of hours, and then we are going to put them in a basket to dry, very similar to how we did our garlic, and you can see that episode up here. Now, lifting your onions is quite important in that you don't want to be pulling the onion. If you pull the onion, you're going to damage it and it's not going to store for you. So instead, get yourself a fork and put that fork down alongside of that onion, and then just prise on the fork while pulling on the onion very gently. Let the fork do the work, don't pull the onion out. Once we've got the onion out, all we need to do then is remove that soil from around the root system and off the bulb, and we can set them down on the soil to enjoy this glorious weather. So now that I've got a few of these bulbs out, I'm going to get on with getting out the rest of them, and I'll set you up on a tripod for you to be able to just watch what I'm doing. So these onions have now been sat out here for about an hour or so, just drying off in the sun. And I've dug over those 3 beds that the onions were in, and we've already planted in some lettuce and some beetroot as a follow-on crop again, because both of those crops are quite quick and we're coming up to August now. Now, so we have our onions here, and we still need to prepare this in a way. All these loose leaves now, we want to be able to pull up and peel off down to the last good leaf. By doing this, whatever's left of the onion, don't worry if you're taking off all the brown, but whatever's left of the onion will provide you a nice clean onion for later on. However, you have to be very careful here. The last thing you want to do is scratch the skin underneath, because if you do, it's just not going to store. So we've got a nice clean onion now, and we are literally just going to feed it through, and like in the garlic video, we're storing our onions through the mesh just like this. Storing them upside down allows all of the water to drain out of the neck, which will help dry that neck. Okay, you'll have to excuse me, I'm a little bit warm, and as you can see I'm sweating a bit. So we just need to continue doing that now with all of these. So we'll peel off all of these damaged skins on the outside, which will leave us a nice clean skin on the inside. Don't be afraid to peel off the layer, guys, and it will leave us nice clean skins, and these will turn brown over the next few weeks. And once they are dried, I will show you exactly how to string them up. Now, quite a few people use a similar method as me, and the reason they use that method is because it works. When you're putting these into dry, guys, have them so that they're not touching each other. Don't worry if you damage the leaves, but try and get them all through that sort of mesh there. Just play with them and they will all go through. There we go. And as you can see, we've got airflow around that. So I'm going to continue this and I'll come back to you at the end. So there you have it, guys. We've now got our onions cleaned off. So there's no split skins in these at all now. There's a whole complete skin, and that's what you're looking for. No disease can get in there then. Over the next few weeks now, all these will turn brown or red again, and we'll do the same thing with the other tray. We'll get them up in the drying rack, and these necks will eventually go all dry and brown, and then we can get on with tying these onions up, which I will put in a later episode. We've left on the roots at the moment because that aids in the drying process and the curing process of these onions, and later on when it comes to stringing these onions up, we will remove those roots as well as some of the foliage that's on them. But for now, they're perfect shape in order to dry. So I really hope that this episode's been of interest to you. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button and the bell notification to be informed of when we put up more great videos like this. How are your onions doing this year? Let me know in the comments section below, and what variety are you growing? I'd be interested in to know how your onions have done in this incredible heat we've had this year. Anyway guys, I'm Tony O'Neill, this is UK Year We Grow, and remember, you reap what you sow. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.